So that was an improvised song. I had absolutely no plan getting into this. And what I find is that when I just start, you kind of think, oh, I guess we're doing this chord now. And then you come up with the chord progression. And then you just come up with words on the spot. It's actually really fun to play with words. A lot of people are very nervous to come up with words, and that's totally understandable. But think of it this way: you're not doing something that is supposed to be pretty. It's not supposed to be pretty, not supposed to be impressive. It's not supposed to be profound. It's simply playing with words in the same way we have a conversation. And so you come up with a bunch of words. Maybe you think of imagery. Actually, one thing that I love to do is to be specific about the sensory experience. What are you feeling? What are you touching? What are you smelling? What are you hearing? And kind of put all that together into a little story that you make. Doesn't have to be a logical story either. You can actually, if it doesn't make sense, all the better. And the cool thing about music is that everything flies. Everything is all good. And everything makes sense with music. And so this is something that, as I was talking about, makes me feel good personally. I notice from the beginning of this song to the end, I notice a palpable difference in my body. I feel more relaxed. I feel more grounded. I feel more capable of articulating myself with words, which is great too. Oftentimes there are people, like for example with autism, who have a really difficult time articulating themselves with words. And there are many reasons for this. However, I find that when I help them to regulate their nervous system, they're more able to use their words. They're more able to communicate. They're more able to engage in reciprocal play type behavior. And it is through this play, this musical play, that we help to regulate our nervous system so that we can operate effectively. In autism, the universal image or representation of autism is the puzzle pieces. And the idea is that for someone with autism, there's nothing wrong with them. All the pieces are there. And sometimes in therapy, it's just a matter of putting the pieces together and helping them to operate effectively. And it's not making them change their behavior so it's more normal or common. I mean, what even is normal? It's helping them to, like I said, regulate their own nervous system, cope with the stress, the inevitable stress in life, help them to learn how to engage with people, how to engage with the world in a way that they want to engage. And it's a really beautiful thing. We're not, as a music therapist, I'm not here to change the behavior of someone with autism. I'm here to listen to them and to help them to cultivate the tools and skills and knowledge that they need to live the life that they want to live. I was just talking with someone today who was talking about how her 10-year-old son is in public school. And the public schooling is not exactly for her and her son, not exactly conducive to his learning styles. He has dyslexia, and then when he tries to open up the book and read, then he can't do it, and then he gets in trouble for not being able to focus. And then for a kid in that type of situation, it's like, what's wrong with me? Am I stupid? It's like, no, you're not stupid. Actually, it's us that are stupid. It's us as the educators who are failing to serve you correctly. And so what I'm going to do is work with these people and help them to, number one, cultivate the skills that they need to regulate the nervous system, and so that he can operate in school, so he can read, so he can speak, so he can do his homework, so he can develop his communication skills. And when he gets to a point where he feels overstimulated or not focused, he can think, oh, what are my tools? Okay, these are my tools that I can use. And he uses whatever it is, his breath, his music, it could be movement, it could be writing words. I don't know. And that's the cool thing about therapy, is that I don't know what someone needs. When I go into a session with someone, it's more of a journey that I embark on with them. I have a bunch of techniques and tools that I learned in the textbooks and in my education as a music therapist, sure. But what I do, what I have found, is that when I step into a session and I listen to the individual I'm working with, I find that they have a lot to offer, actually. And they're so intelligent in so many ways. And everyone has a different way of operating. The brain is so complicated, and every brain is so different, especially autism, highly heterogeneous condition. Everyone, no person with autism operates the same in the brain. And so what we have to do is we have to listen to this individual and find the things that work for them. And then what I do is I talk to the parent and I say, hey, this is what works. I recommend you play with your child in these ways, teaching them how they can interact in this co-regulation. Because we were talking about regulating our own nervous system, and when we engage in play, it's now a co-regulation. We have two nervous systems now engaging with each other, and it can be very healing if both nervous systems are able to feel safe and grounded, and then connect and communicate. And that's why music is so beautiful.